Hey, happy Wednesday, you guys. It's exciting to see you again, or at least you can see me again. We're back for another live workout this week. It's been a couple weeks since we've done one, so it'll be fun to get back in there together, and we're gonna lift a weight. We're just gonna have, all we need is one dumbbell today. So as you're joining, make sure to say hi so I know who's here. We might have kind of a small crowd today. Not a big deal, because guys, don't forget, these live workouts are always available under the videos tab, and I try to always upload these. Hey Jen, I always try to upload these onto YouTube afterward also. So make sure you go check out the YouTube channel too. Okay, so all we need for equipment today is just one dumbbell, probably a medium to heavy weight. And I'm guessing you're gonna be able to use the same load for all the exercises we're gonna work on, okay? I picked a 20-pounder. Hopefully that will work okay for me. If you have a couple sets or a couple weights handy, that might be helpful too, just so you can switch out real quick if you need to. Don't forget, technique is always, always, always the most important thing. If you feel like you've chose something that's too heavy and you can't maintain good technique, you need to go back down a couple notches, okay? All right, you guys, we're gonna begin with our good warm-up over at the wall with some leg swings, okay? Meet me on over there. So standing up nice and tall, balancing on one foot, we're gonna swing the inside leg, trying to not let it rock our posture around. Make sure that your foot stays nice and flexed. We're gonna start warming those hips up right away. Let's do about 8 reps of this. Keep your foot flexed, leg is strong and straight. Let's flip around, do the other side, a nice tall position, swinging the leg back and forward. You're gonna feel that nice stretch through your hip flexor, through your hamstring. We're doing about 8 on this side too. Let's now face the wall. We're gonna go side to side with that leg, kind of feeling inner thigh, outer thigh, just starting to get the blood flowing here. Even though you're going side to side, keep that foot flexed. Let's switch legs. Side to side with this leg now. And we're good there. Okay, from here, I want to get you in your bent over position. So hips go way out behind you. I want to see if you can squat deep enough, keeping your knees open so your fingertips touch the floor. If you can't quite get that far down with a nice flat back, you can come up a little higher. We're gonna reach one arm up really high, really trying to rotate that rib cage without shifting your hips. Bring that hand back down, reach the other arm up high. Hand comes down, go again this way. Really trying to get your chest to open. Feeling that rotation through the rib cage. It shouldn't feel like you're just cranking your shoulder back. It should feel like you're rotating your rib cage more. That's more important. Let's go one more. And stand up. Keep your legs exactly where they are. Plant your hands behind your head and squeeze your elbows back. We're gonna sit down into a squat, stand back up. Make sure that when you're sitting down, your knees are staying open. Stand back up. Let's go 8 of these. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more here, and 8. Go ahead and release the hands. They can come onto your hips, feet together. Let's step back and behind you into a cross behind lunge. Majority of your weight is still on this forward leg. This knee can flop open a little bit as long as this foot stays flat. Drive through that front leg to rise back up. Let's go the same direction. Down and back up. Down and back, and up. Sinking low, feeling that nice stretch through this hip. If this doesn't feel quite right, you can go straight back. That's fine too. Let's go 2 more. Good posture. See how my torso is not leaning or tipping side to side? That's what you want. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to switch sides. Down and back. Usually that first one feels a little sloppy. That's okay. Let's go 2 more. Okay, come on over to the edge of your area, standing up nice and straight. Grab one knee, Hug it into your chest without rounding over. See how straight and tall. Almost pull your shoulder blades back against that knee, and then let go and step forward. Grab your other knee, stand up straight, pull your shoulder blades back, let go. Let's see if we can add on a little bit. Add a little tippy toe. Step forward, let go, squeeze, lift up, add a tippy toe, other leg, squeeze, tippy toe, other leg, squeeze up, tippy toe. Spin it around or turn it around. We're going to move all the way back. Make sure that your posture is up straight, nice and tall. Never, never, never am I going to have you do anything where you end up hunching. So if you feel like you're hunching, you're probably doing it wrong. Our next motion, we're going to do walking hip circles. So from the front, it's going to look like this. Your knee comes up and open, tracks forward, and then you step down and forward. Other leg comes up and open, tracks forward, you step forward. So now we're going to progress with it. We're going to go out to the side, step forward, out to the side, step forward. It should feel like you're kind of massaging the hip joint. Come from the side, swing it around. Now we're going to go in reverse. So pick your leg up in front of you, open it out to the side, set it down, step backwards. Knee comes up, open it out, step backwards. Do it again. Try to not arch your tailbone, arching your low back behind you as you do this. Keep yourself with a really good posture. We're going to go one more lap, so forward and then backwards, and we're going to see if we can speed it up without it getting sloppy, okay? Knee comes up and open, step. Up and open, step. Open, step. Take that, use your focus. Let's go backwards now. Step behind. Your torso should always be pointing straight forward. Keep it coming back. Pull with those hip muscles. Last one. Nice job. Okay, we're going to do seal jacks, which is like a jumping jack, but your arms go in a big clap motion. Don't let your arms do a big swing. They need to stay along this horizontal plane. Okay, so start with your feet together, arms out. We're going to jump. Legs go out, hands go together. Jump back in. If you want to do this just tapping, you can, okay? We're going to go 20 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. The challenge there as you go is your arms kind of want to get lazy a little bit. All right, you guys, we're nice and warmed up. Give me a thumbs up if you can. If you're ready to keep going, grab a quick sip of water too. For our first couplet, because that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do couplets, or basically pairs of exercises that we're going to go back and forth, just working on 2 exercises at a time. For our first couplet, we don't need any equipment. We're going to focus primarily on your core strength, starting with dead bugs. And I'm going to teach you kind of a new way to make a dead bug a little bit more challenging. So the second time we do it, if you feel up for doing the more challenging variety, follow along with me, okay? So first time though, we're going to start more beginner. So I want you to lay on your back, feel the big, big arch in your low back, and then let's get rid of it, tucking your tailbone under, keeping your back pressed flat into the floor. Let's raise your arms up high, and then your legs up high. If this is too challenging, you can have your knees bent. But the most important thing is that you're keeping this connection between your low back and the floor. Let's take your right arm, extend it overhead, and your left leg, press it out straight. Bring it back up to where it started from. Do the opposite side. Leg extends straight, opposite arm reaches overhead. Keep your core engaged. Low back presses firmly into the floor. Keep your belly down. Opposites again. Lift it up. Switch sides. Lift it up. Switch sides. Keep it going. Always checking in with your low back, keeping your low belly muscles pressed firmly down into the floor, almost like someone is taking a boot and stepping on your stomach. Let's go 3 more per side. Keep it up. That was 1. Keep going. That was 2. 1 more each side. Keep your belly pressed firm into the floor. Last rep here. Good job. Go ahead and release your low back. Let your belly relax. Feet come down onto the floor. I want you to take one foot and cross that foot, your ankle over your knee. This crossed up leg might be pulled in towards you a little bit. See if you can push it away like a stretch. And we're going to rise up in a single leg bridge with this leg crossed up. It's kind of silly. You're going to feel like you're a little cockeyed. Bring it back down. Set your hips back down on the floor. Push your hips up again. Bring it back down. We're going to go 10 on this side. There's 3. Trying to push straight up. Keep this foot flexed. 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeezing your glute. 9. 1 more. There's 10. Set it down. Put that foot back down. Cross the other leg up now. Settle it into position. Feel that nice hip stretch here. Keep this foot flexed. We're going to drive through your other foot to lift your hips up straight and right back down. Let's go 10. That was 1. Here's 2, 3. It's going to make you want to lift up kind of cockeyed. Here's 5. Try to lift up perfectly straight though. 6, 7, 8. Push the hips up. 9. Squeezing your glute on the very last one. Good job. Okay, we're back to the dead bugs. To make it more challenging though, okay, if that first time was easy, we can step it up by the opposites. I want you to take your opposite hand and push against your opposite knee, okay? So I have my left hand pressing against the top of my right knee, and I'm pushing into it so hard, but nothing is moving. So my knee and hand are pushing in towards each other, and then the other side is gonna dead bug. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go 10 on this side. So, 1, you gotta keep your low back pressed in. Push with your hand, there's 2. Push, 3. 4, it's tricky because you might be used to switching sides. 5, keep your low back engaged. 6, with deep core muscles. 7, there should be no gap underneath your low back. Here's 9. 10. Relax. That's a lot harder, right? Okay, other side. Press this hand into your knee. Guys, this is really good for your SI joint too, actually. Let's lift up opposites. If you want to make it even harder, this leg can come up straight, the leg that's moving. Okay, so push into your knee, push back into your hand, and then let's lower the opposites, keeping your low back pressed down into the floor. There's 2. 3, I'm keeping my feet really flexed. 4, 5, don't get lazy with the isometric. 6, that's the part that's not doing the moving. 7, the hand pressing into your knee. 8, 2 more guys, push hard. 9, there's 10. Good job. Let's go right back to our funky stretched hip single leg bridge. Let's lift up, squeezing the glute, 10 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, make sure you're lifting up level. 7, 8, squeezing that bum. 9, and 10. So it should feel like the dead bug. The first one we did really worked your abs. This one is kind of balancing it out by working the back side. Let's switch sides. Lift up. 1, squeezing your glute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. There's 10. Good job, you guys. Rock on up. Grab a quick sip of water if you need it. I don't know about you, but I feel my abs quite a bit at the moment. It's amazing how just applying that tension, even though It's what we call like an isometric. So isometric means that there's no movement, but there's still a lot of contraction happening. So just applying that isometric makes that dead bug a million times harder, right? Okay, I want to find you guys in a modified side plank. So here's how this is gonna look. You're gonna be on your hands and knees. We're gonna take one leg, I'm gonna take my left leg, rotate my heel out behind me and rotate open to the side. Okay, so in yoga, this is called gate pose. All right, so I've got a good kickstand behind me. I wanna press my hips forward. If this is too difficult, you can have a yoga block or a step beside you to get you into this position a little bit better. And we're gonna press the hips forward by squeezing your glutes and see if you can lift this top leg. Maintain your balance. You should be in a nice flat line down the front. This arm is over the line of your ear. Keep this leg up high. Keep pressing your hip forward. Draw your shoulders down your back. This is another isometric where there's not really any movement happening, but you're working really hard. Go ahead and gently set the top leg back down. Bring this hand back down to the floor, and then we're gonna spin sides. You'll probably feel your side glutes working hard here too. Let me show you this side now. Let's kick your right leg off behind you, creating that kickstand out to the side. We're gonna rotate to the side. Now you could potentially just stay here and work on that flat line down the front, but we're gonna see if we can pick this top leg. Should feel like your heel is leading the lift, not your toe, your heel, okay? Keep your hips pressed forward. Let's take this arm over the line of your ear. Keep that heel up high. Big deep breaths. This is harder than you think it's gonna be. It's a good balancing one. And slowly lower that leg down. Bring your hands back down. Now I want you to grab your dumbbell that you had handy, hopefully. If you want to get a good yoga mat underneath your knees, here you can, because we're going to be in what I call a tall kneeling position. So instead of, this would be kneeling, all the way up is tall kneeling, which means that we got to get your hips pressed forward, not so much that you arch, but I don't want you to be bent at the hip, okay? So in this tall kneeling, I want you to see if you can get your pelvis tucked under, glutes are firm, abs are firm. You can be up on your toes if you want for more stability, or lay your feet flat, either way. If you're struggling with the balance, you might find being up on your toes is best. So I'm gonna tuck my tail, push my glutes forward, start with the dumbbell down by one hip without moving my body. I'm gonna bring the dumbbell up and over the opposite shoulder, but I don't wanna rotate. My hips are gonna stay exactly where they started. Bring it back down, up and over. 2, 3, hold tight. 4, squeeze with your abs. 2, 5, 1 more. 6, switch sides. Start down by this hip now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes this is harder than having the one leg forward because this spreads out your base of support, makes it a little easier. Let's go back to that side plank, guys, that modified side plank. So you're on your hands and knees again. We're gonna kick one leg off behind you, rotate open, press your hips forward, keep your shoulder blades pulled down your back. Let's lift the top leg. Nice big deep breaths. Keep your heel leading. Keep your hips pressed forward. Make sure your tailbone is not arched out behind you. Your low back should not feel like it's arched here. Nice big deep breaths, creating that nice long top line. Should be perfectly flat. Working on this good side angle balance. Slowly lower that top leg. You're going to feel those hip muscles working. Spin it back down to the floor. Let's switch sides. Kick your right leg off behind you. Open up, kind of peeling yourself open to the side. Layer this arm over your ear. Lift the top leg. Heel should be leading you. Squeeze your glutes to press your hips forward so everything's nice and flat. Check in with your low back. Make sure that it's not arched. Your tailbone should be aiming towards between your legs. not tipped out behind you towards the wall. Open your chest up too. Keep that heel up. I bet it drooped down, didn't it? Pick the heel up. One more deep breath. And let the hips down and rotate in. Let's find that chopping lift again. Grab this, pull it up. Find your position. Squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward. Make sure your tail is tucked. Start with the weight right down by your hip. Up and over. The bigger the radius, the harder this is going to be. So you can have your elbows pretty bent here, or you can make it really difficult. Either way, I don't want your torso to move. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good job. Switch sides. Tuck your tail, check in, make sure you're perfectly straight. 1, 2, keep your shoulder blades down your back. Don't be shrugging your neck. 4, 5, and 6. Go ahead and take a good break. Often that happens whenever we have a lifting exercise where your arms lift up. Sometimes we can use our neck muscles to help lift, and we'll walk away from a workout and be like, what did I do to my neck? Keep a long neck. You don't need your neck muscles to lift things overhead. Keep your neck long and just lift your arms. And that will really help. Okay, quick sip of water. You guys doing good? I think we're done with the core, right? Well, now your core is warmed up and ready to work for other stuff. Go ahead and stand on up. I want you to grab your dumbbell, hold it into your chest like a goblet. So it's hanging vertically. Tuck your thumbs all the way right back at your chest. Your elbows are pointing down. Okay? We're gonna sit down into a nice deep squat. See if you can go deep enough where your elbows are tapping the tops of your knees. And then we're gonna see if we can take one foot, step it back. Ooh, that spot, that's tough, that move, because you have to transfer your weight to the one foot as you step back. I'm still trying to keep this elbow touching my knee. Bring this foot back in, check in with your squat, make sure it's low, and stand up. We'll try it again, I promise. I know that was really weird and hard. Let's step back with the other foot this time. So sit low, elbows, try to get them to tap. It's okay if you're a little higher than that. I just want to make sure that your back is nice and straight. We're going to transfer weight to the other foot, step back with that foot. I'm still touching my elbow to my knee. Step it back in, stand up. Let's switch sides again. Step down, step back, step in, stand up. Squat down, step back. That's the challenge, is keeping your elbow connected to that knee, right? Sit down, step back. And you could totally cheat on this one, where when you step down, you do a big tip to the side. Try to not tip. Try to stay as level as you can. Squat down, stay centered, step back, bring it in and up. Okay, you guys did a great job. So we're gonna set yourself down, half kneeling position. We'll come back to that one, I promise, don't you worry. Half kneeling position, what do we gotta do? We gotta keep your tail tucked, glutes tight, core engaged. Bring this dumbbell up to your shoulder. We're gonna push up, and I want this arm kind of angled at 45 degrees off to your side. Not directly forward, but not right out to the side either. Kind of 45 degrees. Push straight up. Exhale as you push up. 2, 3, shoulders down. 4, don't use your neck. 5, and 6. Okay, set it down. We're gonna switch sides. Check in, tuck your tail. Bring it up to your shoulder. I like to use my other hand to help get it up there. Totally okay. Get yourself locked in place, 45 degrees with that arm. Press up, don't use your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one here. Good, find that goblet hold again. Yes, we are back to those gnarly squat lunges. Okay, sit low, stay low, step back, bring it in, stand up. I'm gonna give you a better profile picture. Do it again, other side. Squat down, step back, in, up. That's 2. Down, back, in, 3. Try to speed it up a little bit. 4. Each piece of this should look good. If I were to freeze frame you at any minute, that's 5. Everything should have good alignment. Your lunge should look good. Is that 7? 8. We're going to 10, guys. Push. Last one here. Push. Okay, set it down. When you're in that deep position, you can really feel how much your glutes and hamstrings help you for a good squat, right? Okay, bring it up on your shoulder. 45 degrees, keep this glute tight. Push up, 1, 2, let's see if we can go to 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good job, switch sides. Other foot forward. Make sure you're lined up well. I'll face you this time, okay? So my knee needs to be directly out in front of my hip, okay? Your hips should not be out to the side. Pull those hips into alignment. 8 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice I'm not tipping my torso. 6, 7, and 8. I'm actually working pretty hard to not let my body sway side to side. That's all that core strength that's gripping. Okay, grab another quick sip of water, guys. I'm gonna get you back on your feet. Literally and figuratively. Okay, stand back up. Grab your dumbbell. Hold it in at your chest. Okay? Watch this move first, then we'll do it together. It's a single leg deadlift with a reach up into a knee drive, okay? So it's held at your chest. We're gonna balance on one leg. We're gonna hinge over, reach it forward, back in, knee drive up. I'm actually gonna go down and wait on this one. I just feel like that reach doesn't feel right. So feel free to grab a slightly lighter weight. Okay, it's right at your chest. We're gonna try 6 of these. It does require quite a bit of balance. Pick a good focal point. Make sure your standing knee is bent and that you're pushing into your hip as you hinge over. Exaggerate that action, okay? Here we go. Hinge over, reach, in, knee drive up. Do it again. Hinge over, reach, in, up. There's 2, 3, 4, whoa, tippy. 5, last one here. 6, okay. Challenging, right? The trick is to make sure that as you're doing your reach, your spine does not look like that. Pick yourself up. Make sure that your spine is really nice and neutral. Switch sides. Right at your waist or right at your belly. Hinge over, reach, in, knee drive it up. Hinge over, reach, in, up. There's 2, 3, 4, 2 more, guys. Come on, balance. 5, do you ever talk to your balance or talk to your body like, come on, hold it together? I do it all the time. Okay, good job. Set that weight down. How about an easy one? Pretty straightforward one. There's no balancing required. Grab your heavier weight if you went back down. We're gonna find your bent over position. Drop your shoulders low. Let's row with this arm 8 times. 1, 2, keep your chin tucked. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch sides. If you're feeling it in your neck, your shoulder is getting too close to your head. As you pull back and down, okay? Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's 8. Good job. Set it down. We've got one more set of that, guys. And we're gonna cool down, I promise. Grab your slightly lighter dumbbell if you got it handy. Start with your weight kind of right at your chest, in close. Pick your starting leg. Sometimes it's helpful to do your stronger side first. That way you can use it as a template for when you get to your weaker side. It's basically like when you get to your weak side, you can be like, hey, that's how it was supposed to look. Try to make it look like that. Okay, here we go. Hinge into it. Reach, in, knee drive. Hinge, reach, in, 2. Hinge, reach, in, 3. 4, 2 more, guys. 5, keep your core tight. 6, okay? If your low back is getting a little unhappy, don't do the reach forward, okay? Standing on your other leg now. Hinge over, reach in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more, 5, and 6. Good job. Other side, or other exercise. I'm getting tired. Okay, bent over position. We're gonna row. 1, 2, 3, 8 of these, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's 8. Switch sides. Last side, guys, then we get a cool down. Make it look good. It's gotta be pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good job. You made it. Give yourself a hand. Set your weights off to the side. We're going to quickly foam roll and quickly stretch. Grab your roller if you got it. If you don't, just chill out for about 2 minutes while we get through the foam rolling, and then we'll all stretch together, okay? So let's start on your shins. We want to go all the way from knee to ankle. And yes, I'm hustling us along, because sometimes during this wind down process, you can get kind of in your head and think, man, I need a big break, when you don't necessarily need to. And what's a 30, 35 minute workout turns into a 45, 50 minute workout. But if you have the time, please take the time. Down on your thighs now, come onto your elbows. Rolling from hip to knee. If you feel any catchy spots, any kinks, any lumps, go ahead and hang out on it and kind of roll it like you would if you had a knot in your back. You want to get that stuff out. It's just going to make you feel better. I especially like it all the way up by my hip bones, and if I lean to one leg over the other one, I can feel it right along underneath the edge of that pelvic bone. Okay, let's turn to the side. Get your IT band now. We always got to get that. Let's focus primarily at the top here. These were that abductors, or at least the abductor on your leg that was working hard with that side plank one. That one is kind of sneaky hard. Let's switch, do the same side, but we're going to do the glute now. Sit on that hip, cross your other leg up and over. Maybe at some point we could do a full live stream of just foam rolling and stretching. Because I know some of you guys might feel like, man, We always just scooch through the foam rolling part so fast. I really want to know how to do it a lot better. Maybe we could do that. I'll ask you guys if that's something you're interested in, and in an upcoming live workout, maybe we could just spend a full 20 minutes just covering foam rolling and good stretching technique. It's helpful to know more about it, because then when you do kind of a more abbreviated version, you know what to hit. You know how to get there quicker. Okay, I'm getting my glutes now. You don't have to spend the first 3 or 4 swipes kind of figuring it out. You can just get right on it and get to work. Let's finish with your upper spine, kind of that T-spine, your thoracic spine. I'm going to show you another really great, very passive stretch. Take your foam roller, line it up with your backbone, with your spine. Scoot your bottom maybe about a foot away from the base of your foam roller, because we're going to lay all the way back on your foam roller, and the base of your foam roller should kind of hit you right in line with the base of your shoulder blades. So right at about where your bra strap might be. Go ahead and lay all the way back, rest your head on the roller. If you need, you can have your knees bent up here. See if you can open your arms up, open to the side like a T. This is a very passive stretch, just gravity is doing the majority of the work. You can keep your knees bent like this, or if you feel comfortable, you can extend your legs out fully straight. For some people, that feels like there's a lot of pressure on the low back, so you don't have to do that part. Think about letting your arms get really heavy. You can allow your hands to just kind of naturally curl up. Your biceps should be not working anymore. Your pecs, your deltoids right on the fronts of your shoulders. Those should feel heavy, like they're lengthening. Even think about your jawline. The muscles connected right into your jaw. Let those go limp. Let them be a little more relaxed. This is a good test of how patient you can be with your body, just letting it go through the different phases of a passive stretch. Let's go ahead and roll off your roller real quick. Kind of hang over to the side. You can get it out of the way. I want you to lay all the way on your back now. Grab your knee and pull it into your chest. Good knee to chest hug. And it should almost feel like that knee is drawing towards your armpit more than your center. Now let's grab around the back side of that thigh and see if you can press your heel up to the sky. Pull that leg in a little tighter, a little deeper of a hamstring stretch. Big deep breaths here, guys. Bend that knee now, cross your ankle over the opposite knee. Let this knee open up. And see if you can thread through the gap, grabbing that opposite thigh and pull in. Don't let it swivel. Your sacrum needs to stay put. Let's release that side, extend your other leg straight out, grab your other knee and pull it in towards your armpit. Let's grasp behind your thigh, press this leg straight up. can bend that knee now, cross your ankle over your other knee. See if you can grab this thigh, pull into a good figure 4 stretch without swiveling your torso, your sacrum. Should be a straight line all the way from tailbone to forehead, basically. Go ahead and extend your legs out all the way straight. Big deep breath. Let's roll on up out of it. And we're going to call it good there, you guys. Great job. Thank you so much for joining me for another really great workout. We do have another live workout coming on Friday at 11 Pacific time. Make sure to join us for that one too. And always, always, you can find these workouts in the Strong Mama Squad under the videos tab or on the YouTube channel. So make sure if you want to come back, revisit this one another time, you can do that. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.